Hello beautiful people, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jingy. I know it's been a while and it's probably a month ago since the last super chatty video, but as the title says, I think it's time to talk about failure. And I just want to say it in advance, I always had trouble pronouncing this word somehow, so I'll try to pronounce it right, but maybe just let me double check on my phone so that this failure related video is not full of mispronunciation of 失败. And meanwhile, I just want to say, 所有看我中国视频的朋友们，大家好！我其实最近刚刚开通了 B 站，所以大家如果点进我的频道，然后看这个地方有一个可爱的 B 站小标志，就可以去我的 B 站支持我。然后如果就是看 YouTube 不太方便的同学，以后都可以在 B 站看我视频啦。我会慢慢的把所有视频都搬过去，然后也会在那边单独拍一些更适合大家，或者是大家更想看的用中文拍的视频。然后，但是这个视频呢还是主要拍给 YouTube 的，所以我还是switch 一下。Okay. What I just said in Chinese is just basically I'm telling my subscribers, hi guys, I just started a new channel on Bilibili. This is if you can like see on the corner of, I think this side, probably this side, on the corner of my channel there's a little cute like cat-ish sort of logo. That's the link to my new channel, and it's mainly like towards my Chinese audience, and it's quite new to me, and people are very friendly over there somehow. Like I just started the channel and it's already been like 2 weeks and already have like 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy. But I just want to say thank you everyone who is also supporting me over there. And if you find it hard or difficult to use YouTube and want to like watch it from Bilibili, I'll like slowly but just like gradually put all the videos on that channel as well. Yeah, that's it. And also, let's see.
Failure.
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 Failure. Failure. Okay, yeah, so this video, we're gonna talk about
failure.
And as always guys, if you enjoy watching my videos and you like want to see more, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really need your support to keep going because this YouTube is really hard work and I need to feel motivated a lot more to like make more work on my channel as well. But anyway, let's get into the topic. I need to listen to it one more time. Bear with me. I just don't want failure. Failure. Maybe this one's better. Failure. I don't like this word. Anyway, we don't need this word. We don't need this. Okay. So, I was inspired to have this video idea because and you guys know like around this time people are getting offers from their dream schools, and I am so happy for those of you who told me you watched my videos and find them so helpful and you got into the school you applied. Either it's like CSM Foundation or CSM BA Fashion Design, CSM BA Textile, or like LCF and Women's Wear. Like so many of you, like I'm so happy for you. Like I don't know, I'm just like, I'm so excited. Like when I just started this channel, I never ever imagined this could happen, but this is like seriously happening now and I'm trying to get used to it. But I'm so happy for you guys and I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much for letting me know like my channel helped you watched my channel and learned something, and you are chasing your dream because you got inspired and you come to me and watch my videos whenever you feel uninspired and need motivation. I'm proud of you and you make me feel proud of myself and feel like what I'm doing is worth doing as well. I just want to say you guys are so lovely and I love you guys so much. But today's video is not about those. happy thoughts that much. I'm making this video for those of you who told me you actually didn't get in your dream school. Either it's like you got rejected for your application for CSM Foundation, or it's you applied for CSM BA but you didn't get in, or you applied somewhere else but you just for some reason you didn't get in. This video is for you guys. That's why I said this video is about it's time to talk about failure. The reason for this is I don't think there is such a thing as failure. For me personally, in my opinion, in my like worldview or life theory or life philosophy for myself, I think the only kind of failure, if I'm pronouncing this word wrong, bear with me, this is the best I can do, failure. I still think it doesn't sound exactly like the dictionary, but I'm gonna go with this one. So the only kind of failure in life, I think, is that you are too afraid of failure to even try. That's the only kind. Other than that, I don't believe in failure. I don't think so. I don't believe in it. Like those of you who told me you didn't get in this year, I was just like responding a comment before. I was telling John that when you ask something in your life, when you want something in your life, when you ask for it in your life, and when you are wanting something, you're actually asking for it to the universe. Either you believe in this or not. Either you think I'm talking crazy and I sound like a crazy person, but the law of attraction exists. Either you believe in it or not. So when you ask for something, when you want something, and the universe only have 3 answers for you, 3 kinds of answers, but also it's not like you kind of want it and you think about it like once a year, not that kind of situation. The situation I'm talking about is like you put all your energy, all your love, all your effort into this one thing you really want, and you ask for it in your life, you want it in your life, you long for it in your life, and at this time you are sending this signal to the universe. And if you have like fully faith in this to happen, it's gonna happen. And when you want something that bad and put all your thoughts and energy, love and faith and effort into it, there are only 3 kinds of answers the universe is gonna give you. Number 1 is yes. Number 2 is yes, but not yet. Number 3 is no, because I have something better for you. I don't know if like talking about the law of attraction is a bit too soon on my channel to you guys, but I told you guys before I have been wanting to do something related to this topic for a long time, but I was being careful and I didn't want to get into it before I myself got my head around this whole idea, whole theory, whole philosophy, like well enough to tell you guys something. So that's why I hesitated and I haven't made any videos specifically on that. But today we're talking about failure, so I just feel like it's a good time to bring this in and make you guys understand it's like there's really no such thing. Don't be like beating yourself up for not getting something in your life, because remember these 3 answers. I don't know, I don't even remember where I got this from, where I learned this theory from at the beginning, but when you ask for something in your life, you really are gonna get it. It's the universe is saying yes, or maybe the timing is not right, that's why you're not getting it right away or right now. But you need to be patient, because the universe is answering you, but the answer is just yes, but not yet. You just need to be patient. Remember, you know, I've seen this like illustration somewhere a long time ago. It's like a picture and a rabbit is like digging through a hole on the ground to find a carrot or something, carrots, and she just like laughed after she digged a very deep hole. She just felt like there's nothing in, so she gave up. And the illustration is showing the carrots or whatever the rabbit was looking for was just like right underneath, you know, just like so close. But because the rabbit gave up, so she never knew like she was so close to it. Like maybe sometimes when we didn't get something, all we needed was a little bit more patience, a little bit more time, a little bit more effort to just get there. Because 黎明之前的黑暗最黑暗，黎明之前没有曙光的时候是最让人觉得绝望的时候，是我们最想放弃，觉得最艰难，觉得最看不到希望的时候。但是那个时候真的就是熬过去，全部就是一片海阔天空的感觉。So it's like, you know, the darkest time in a day before the sunrise. I feel like that's how I feel about this. It's like when you are chasing something, the worst part is the part that you are so close to it. Like, it's just like, it's right there, but it's so far away. You feel like, I'm so sorry, you feel like you can just reach it, but you can't. And a lot of people, seriously, they give up. They give up like at that moment when all they need is just a little bit more push, a little bit more like effort, a little bit more like I don't know, like faith and patience. Patience is so important. And so if you feel like this is the case, I would say I also hear from you guys telling me a lot of you are choosing to try again next year, which I just want to say good for you, because I truly believe if you want that thing so bad, you will try everything to get it, including try and try again. And don't see this time you not getting in as a failure, because it's not. Because life is all about the experience and the things you've learned in your life and how you deal with the failure. And it's not failure, it's just a lesson for you to realize something you've done maybe is wrong, or something you've done is not enough, or maybe you just haven't figured out the best way of you to approach your work, the best style, or the best even area or industry. You know, sometimes you can be so blinded by something you're doing and totally ignoring everything else, and when you take a step back, maybe you will realize. And I took a little break and made myself a cup of water, and FYI guys, stay hydrated. That is the most important thing in your life. You have to remember. And I just put some like sparkling water, blueberry and strawberry inside, and yeah. The thing I want to talk the most about in this video actually is about the third answer, which is you ask something to the universe and the universe says no because I have something better for you. I feel like this can be a little bit hard for people to digest, because they would say like, you told me if I ask for it, the universe is gonna give it to me, but why is the universe not giving it to me? Because the universe has something better for you, you know. I know it sounds a bit crazy and hard to believe if this is like the first time you ever heard of the law of attraction and the whole theory around it, but I just want to like share my own experience to kind of prove this point to you, and maybe you can relate to this more or less and have a better understanding how this law of attraction works and how we apply this in our life. So I want to like go back because everything is like kind of linked together throughout my life. I was born in like Qujing city, Yunnan province, China, which is like very south of China and very close to Vietnam and Thailand. It's like a very rural sort of province, and everything is kind of like behind. It's nothing like Beijing or Shanghai. It's a very small city. And so in my city, there was like only one high school that is considered like super good, and normally people who got in that high school can get into a really good university. So for all I can remember, of course I had a lot of failure before that, but the first major failure in my life was I didn't get in that high school. Like the only good quality high school in our whole city. And I don't know how to explain this. It's like when people hear you get in that high school, basically they put you in a group of people who are already half successful and who are gonna get into famous universities eventually, because that's a really good like high school with really good quality teachers, really talented students, and all the good students are in that high school. But because in my middle school I had really bad grade, like seriously super bad. I had no interest in studying at that time. I think I spent almost all of the time on, I don't know, girl drama, you know, girl drama and like relationship with my boyfriend at that time, or like I was watching a lot of like Japanese anime, and what I was doing, and I was going out with my friends and shopping, just like doing random stuff a lot. I had no interest in studying whatsoever, and I basically wasted the 3 years of my middle school away. I only kind of woke up before the big like 中考 coming. It was like a big test for getting into high school, and I totally failed, and I didn't get in the only good, like the best high school in our city. And I don't know, that kind of was like the first wake up call in my life. That is, if you waste your time away, if you waste your life away on things that actually don't really matter, on people that actually don't even care about you, and on things that you don't have control of, and ignoring things that actually matters to you, you are gonna make a big mess in your life. That I think I was around like 13, 14 around that time, and it was just like a really messy time, and I had this big failure, and my family, my friends, like they all had this big hope in me before middle school, because growing up I was always like the good kid who's always getting like good grades, and who's always participating like events at school and winning prize, and just like, you know, the goody. But like middle school was such a transition for me, because I went to this boarding school. It's kind of like fancy, and like people that are mostly like spoiled and have a lot of personal only child issues and stuff. So basically I turned into this like not so good version kind of me, and I failed the big test. I didn't get in the good high school, which I actually, before middle school, I always thought I would get in eventually, because I was always the good kid, and my family always thought it's like there's no way I'm not going to that high school. I know things like this sound so trivial at this point, but it's like at that moment, like at that stage in my life, it was a big deal, and at that environment, it is a big deal to you, to your family, and among your friends, you know, because I had a friend who worked really hard and kinda, I don't know, just like stayed away from us towards the end of middle school, because I think she realized she had to study and she couldn't waste her time with us anymore, so she decided to become a loner sort of thing and worked on herself, on her study. And she was the only girl who got in the best high school among our group. We had this little group of 4 or 5 girls, and who were quite close but also hate each other and gossip and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, she was the only girl who got in that high school because she got rid of us. And that also brings me to like I know I probably was one of the toxic people at that time, but now I just want to say, look around and maybe you can identify sometimes you are getting bad influence from your peer, from your friends, and maybe it's time to cut the toxic people out, because that's what I did when I got in high school. Because I learned from that girl, because I saw how she has changed into a totally different person because she got rid of us and she became very focused on her study. She wasn't that social anymore. She doesn't go out all the time, she doesn't date boys and like skipping schools, and that's what I did. Like she just focused on what really is important and she got in. And that's when I realized life is fair, you know, like whatever energy you put into something, it's gonna coming back to you. And yeah, so I didn't got in the best high school in our town, but I chose this school that is like kind of middle-ish sort of high school, which is full of bad kids, full of not hardworking students, but is quite famous for very patient teachers. So when I went there, I actually felt like I can actually listen to the teachers and understand what they're saying now, because they teach like not so smart sort of students, and they know all the talented, hardworking, disciplined students are not in this school anymore. So as a result, they have to be really patient and they have to teach everything in very detailed, like patient method, and very slowly and like gradually. And whenever you ask questions, they are so happy because most of the students are not so hardworking there. So I had this urge in my life, like I really want to study. I never tried to study in my middle school, and I never even imagine it actually feels good. It feels good to like work hard and focus and see how you grow and ask questions and take notes, and apply things you learn into your practice, and like gradually I don't just grow, you know. I like for the first time in my life I felt like studying is so enjoyable. I definitely sound like a crazy nerd right now, but I don't really care. So that's what happened. I went to this school. Also, I met the best friends in my life at that high school, and they are so different from the friends I've made before. They are so kind and so loving and so supportive, and we're still like best friends right now. And I never imagined like friendship could be so powerful and so full of like positive energy that can literally lift you up. Because in my middle school, like friendship is always like girls actually hate each other, jealous of each other, and like backstabbers, all that sort of girl drama thing. So like that high school, like more mature and like kind, like sort of real friendship really touched me, and I felt so grateful I got into this high school. I got the patient teachers who are so happy to see a hardworking student and so willing to teach and so willing to lead you slowly towards the direction you want to go. And I met my best friends in that high school. It really is not a fancy high school whatsoever, and it's not like my middle school, which is like fancy boarding school with spoiled kids. It's like a very normal high school with students from different kind of backgrounds, different kind of financial situation. There's no like jealousy of what you are wearing or comparing what's the brand of your shoes, what's the brand of your phone, what's the brand of whatever, you know. There's no bullshit like that. It's like people don't care. And I don't know, I enjoyed that time so much. And I became this nerd who is really enjoying studying, and that's like one failure that turned into something I felt very grateful for. And I knew I couldn't do it even if I got in that best high school, because it's full of like super talented people and teachers that actually don't really teach because they don't have to. Whenever they work in a classroom and he teaches something, the students are going to be like, they already know, why are you talking so much, why don't you just let me do my thing? And the teachers are happy to do that, and they have totally different like methods to educate the students, because they know they are teaching the best kids in the town. They're super talented and they all have their own way of studying. They don't need to do much. But I wasn't one of those people. I was desperately needing guidance and patience and education, all that sort of thing. So everything just worked out so perfectly for me. And then it starts like the time when I decided I want to study fashion design as my major. But for those of you who don't know, in China, if you want to study anything that is remotely related to art or design, you have to study drawing first, like proper drawing skill. 就是大家知道的艺考啦。然后如果你想要学美术和设计相关的行业，你就必须要先去当美术生，然后去画画，然后参加艺考嘛。然后 so if you want to study any of those majors, you have to learn drawing skills, and you have to draw, and you have to take tasks that allow you to apply for art majors. And it's like so many steps. You have to take a test in your province first, and if you pass that test, like a drawing test, and then you can apply to other schools outside of your province, like Beijing or Shanghai, for example. And the schools I wanted to go are all in Beijing, so I studied drawing from the beginning of my high school, which is super late, because most of the people who choose to study this, they started learning drawing from a very long time ago, ever since they are a kid. And I just started from my high school under a lot of pressure, and I just like I chose this really shitty studio that I went to study, and the teacher told me, Jingy, you have no talent in drawing, and I don't see any future for you to be doing art or design based on your drawing skill. I really think you should just like go back to learn like the academic stuff in your school and maybe forget about it. And you always tell me you want to go to Beijing. I think that's really unrealistic. You know, Beijing have the best art schools in China. But look at you, you can't do that. He just said a lot of like discouraging words to me, and I was so young. I wasn't even 18 at that time. So I had this major mental breakdown, emotional breakdown, and I was like crying in this little room I rented to, because it's so hard to explain this, because we were like away from school. So I actually was away most of the time during high school. We were like away in a studio and drawing every single day, preparing for the drawing test, 艺考嘛。然后so I had this major breakdown because my teacher told me I have no future because I have no talent in drawing and my drawing is shit. And and then my mom told me, why don't I go to Beijing and see what other teachers saying over there. So I went to the studio in the school I wanted to apply. It's a fashion school called 北京服装学院，我不太确定它英文名叫什么。然后 so I went there and I studied in that studio, and somehow for some reason the teachers there all told me I'm actually a very talented person. I just got the wrong kind of education on my drawing, so that I kind of went into a wrong way, and they can totally just like correct me. But time is ticking. I only have like 3 months left before the big test, so I actually couldn't really improve that much. But But I don't know, it kind of helped me to rebuild my confidence in drawing a little bit when I went to Beijing, but mostly it's still very, very, very much destroyed by the teacher I had before I went to Beijing, because when somebody telling you in your face that you are not talented, you're no good, you shouldn't do this because you are really, it destroys you forever, you know. And then I applied for 10 schools in Beijing. I only passed one, and the one is not the one I wanted to go. I wanted to go to this best fashion school in Beijing. So basically it's the best fashion design school in China, and I didn't get in. When I heard of the news that I didn't get in, I really burst into tears. Like the next second I just started crying and crying and crying. It's like I was so sad. Like I wanted it so much, even though half of me was really doubting. I think maybe that's probably half of the reason, because at that time I didn't know about anything about the law of attraction. All I know is I kind of wasn't confident enough, and I was like basically destroyed by my previous teacher about my drawing skill, my talent, and I didn't pass the test of my dream school. I stayed at home. I basically cried for like a week every day. The first day I was crying until, you know, when you cry too much you feel like you're half dying because your eyes are swollen and you can't breathe and you can't, like, your nose is stuffed. Just like your total mess, you know. And I continued that situation for like a week. And my best friend at that time, like, I called him and he told me he's so sorry to hear that, but maybe if I really want to go to that school, maybe I should consider to try again. 就是大家所谓的复读. But then I started questioning myself. Do I want to try again? I don't know. I was so afraid. I was afraid that if I try again, what if I still fail the next time? I was so nervous and so devastated, and I felt like my fashion design dream is that died because I didn't get in my dream school. Okay, and I also forgot to tell you, I also applied for 清华大学服装设计系，还有中央美术学院服装设计系，但是because I don't really know what are their English names, so I'll put it in the on the screen. But I went to the Tsinghua University test. And you know, this is very funny because in China, when you go to that test, you actually sit in a room and you start drawing with every single one who is taking the same test with you. So it's kind of funny because you can see what other people are doing. So I could very clearly see every single person around me is drawing something way better than me. And I didn't finish my test and I left. Because I felt like I couldn't compete with them. It was too scary, and I just gave up. And I actually I had ticket to Guangzhou because I couldn't take the test in Beijing for some like ID reason. It's complicated, so I have to fly to Guangzhou to take the test for 中央美术学院. But because I got so scared by the test I took for Tsinghua University, I decided to not go, and I cancelled the flight. And then I was thinking, what a loser I am. I can't just like not even try. So I booked again. By the way, the ticket was non-refundable, so I actually wasted the ticket and I booked another one again. And then I got scared again the day before I was supposed to go, and then I cancelled that ticket again. So after all, I didn't go to 中央美术学院 test, and I never know what would have happened if I went there. But anyway, I applied for 10 schools, and one I didn't go, 中央美术学院, and the rest of them I failed. I only passed one, which is called Beijing Normal University. And the major is not fashion design because they don't have fashion design. And I decided I was gonna go because it's a super famous university in China, and my mom, my family was so proud, and I started to look at the school, the background. It has such a long history, and after all, it's in Beijing and it's a very good location. I think I was really tired from all the training for my art test and like all that dark period of time, drawing every day, feeling I'm not good enough. I don't want to go through that again, and I just felt, okay, maybe just like maybe it's just not meant to be. I'm not meant to be studying fashion design, I guess. I was young, I don't know anything. I was confused half of the time in my life, or most of the time in my life. So I decided I'm gonna take the opportunity, and I decided I'm gonna go to Beijing Normal University. So I'm not gonna talk into details of how I got in and stuff like that. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll make a separate video on that because I already feel like I'm talking too much. So that's another failure about me not getting in my dream school in China, the best fashion design. So basically that's how I failed to get in my dream school in China, the best fashion design school I knew, and I decided I was gonna go to this normal university with a kind of art and design related course that has nothing to do with fashion design. I went there and I studied there for 4 years, and I got very, very depressed. So I considered before past tense, I considered not getting into that fashion school as a failure at that moment, at that stage of my life. But if I got in that school, I'm not sure if I would be here right now. I'm really not sure. So that's another failure. And after I got into Beijing Normal University and actually studying there, and a lot of things happened, I changed a lot, and once again I felt this deep depression in myself, and I was really depressed. I felt like I don't know why am I living my life. I don't know what I am waking up for every day. I hated the course we were doing, the things they were doing, the way they were teaching. It's just, it never felt like it's right, and I didn't know exactly what was wrong, but I knew something was wrong. So I started to reflect my life and thinking, what got me here and why am I here? And I realized because I decided to not give it another try on my fashion design dream, I decided to settle down with this school that actually is not fashion design related. I forgot that the reason I started learning drawing, becoming an art student, all of that was because I want to become a fashion designer. But I got so depressed even though I was in a really good university because I was doing something that not fashion design related at all. But also, the funny thing is, the course I did in China is called art design. So basically we learned everything about product design, graphic design, interior design, environment design, like book design and packaging design, and everything that's art and design related except fashion design. So I don't know, it helped me with the way I think, the way I look at things, the way I approach design for sure, but I knew I wasn't happy. So I made this decision that I wanted to drop out, but it's really another whole story, but I had this long communication with my family, and we came to an agreement that I'll finish my university, but if I still want to, I can try and apply for Central Martins, because I had a long period of really deep soul searching and I realized I still want to do fashion design, so I really want to go and try and see if I can get in this impossible school that is Saint Martin's, because at that time it really seemed so impossible. And whenever I talk about it with my friends and with my family, they all think it's just too far away, it's impossible. They didn't want to say it in my face, but I know that they felt like, Jingy, it's very unrealistic, you know. But well, here I am. I don't know, something happened and here I am. So that's I know this video is so all over the place because it's like everything is like related, and I'm trying to explain it, but I hope everything is making sense, because everything is like a failure leads to something else, and another failure leads to something else, and everything is linked together. So just like, imagine I actually wouldn't know I love fashion design so much. I love it enough to give up everything I have achieved so far to start over if I hadn't had the experience in Beijing Normal University, which is like I studied everything but fashion design, because I literally learned all of that to make sure I don't like them that much. And that leads me to really reflect on myself, reflect on my life, and ask myself, Jingy, what would make you happy? What do you really want to do? And if you're gonna do it, how much are you willing to give up? How much are you willing to suffer? Because it is a major decision for me to make, to decide I'll finish a BA degree, which I've done for 4 years, and start over and apply for a foundation course. And I don't know, it's major for me, and yeah, and I did it. And I don't want to go into details too much in this video. I just want to tell you guys, I told you this long story to prove one point, that is, if you think you failed something, you asked the universe to give you something and you didn't get it, maybe it's because this time the universe is giving you the third answer, which is yes, which is no, because I have something better for you. And that's what I was trying to make you understand after this whole long story. I hope you're not too sick of me, but battery died and I had to charge it, and then I can film it now. So I figured, okay, I really should wrap it up because this video is getting a bit too long. But I actually want to finish this bit. Like, I'm just holding my camera right now, not on my tripod. But the thing I want to say, which is actually the most important bit for this video, I don't know why I left it to the end, which probably most of people already clicked away and couldn't stand how much I talk. But for those of you who stick around and are still watching, I just want to say, guys, I know, like, it is really devastating when you can't get something you are chasing yet, or you feel like you have failed something in your life. But please remember, apart from what like everything I've told you in this video, the most important thing is, if you're watching this video and you can see me and you can hear me, that means you have beautiful eyes that can see this world, that can see every amazing single thing in this world, and you have perfect ears, hearing to listen to music and listen to random YouTuber rambling a lot, and you can listen to all the amazing sound in this world. And if you have a perfect body that can function, and you can eat and enjoy amazing food in this world, you can taste wine, you can eat amazing food, and you can drink amazing, I don't know, sparkling water, and put a little bit of blueberry and strawberry inside, and you can taste that amazing, like, fuzzy and fruity flavor. and I don't know, you can feel things, you can see things, and you have legs that can walk and hands that can make stuff, can play piano, can, I don't know, dig a hole and plant your own trees and flowers. You have everything you need in this world already. And if you have family and friends, lovers, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, like whoever that you care about and care about you, who loves and support you, you are already living the best life ever. So please, please, please don't feel, I know we can't help but feeling sad for some time, but we can't always be living in that negative like thinking, negative vibe, and we can't always be complaining or thinking about we are lacking of something, because in order to make the law of attraction work in your life, you have to feel grateful and thankful and feel enough at first. And this is the fundamental part. You need to be grateful and understand how much you already have in your life, and we seriously have so much. When you think about people who can't see, people who can't taste food, people who can't move their body as we do, people who can't go travel, people can't jump, people can't run, or people who are even struggling with water, with electricity, with food, people who are like away from their family, people who can't get to be with their friends, just like all kinds of things. Like, guys, seriously, like when you think about it, you will realize how lucky you are and how grateful you should be and how happy you should feel already. You don't need to achieve something like getting into a famous school or like winning a prize to feel happy. You should feel happy right now. You should start to feel grateful and feel happy for what you've got from now, like and start enjoying life. I know, like on this channel I teach you how to do your sketchbook, how to approach your work, how to chase your dream, but something I've always wanted to talk about, and I will talk a lot more on my channel from now on, that is it's not everything in your life. There are things that are more important. You yourself as a human being, you be kind and loving towards this world. You love people who love you, who care about you, or you even love people who hate you. Love your enemies. That's something I don't think I'm quite capable of, but I'm working on it. But all I want to say is, like, I know everything you are going through, and I know how major it must feel at the moment when you feel like you failed at something. But seriously, there's no such thing unless you've tried, unless you've never even tried because you are too afraid of failure. You never failed, never. And I think I'll talk about like not trying comparing to like I don't know, that's another video. I've been talking too much, I'm rambling and making no sense right now, but this is the most important bit. I just want to say I love you guys, and I understand everything you are going through, all that devastating, sad failures in our life. Remember, it's just our experience on this journey. Because remember also, I guarantee you, no matter how much you imagine the success bit is gonna feel, how amazing it's gonna feel, it will feel amazing for like 10 seconds, for 1 minute, for 1 hour, for a day, for a week, or maybe the longest, a month, and then you probably will manage to find something you're not happy about that situation again, because it's kind of like human nature. So unless you learn how to be present with yourself and be like content with what you've got, and meanwhile work hard towards your dream, but be okay when things are not happening. Be okay when you are not getting something right away. Be okay when it seems like something happened and it's the opposite of what you want, because it might be a life lesson for you to actually think about it and really reflect on yourself and figure out what do you really want. I really hope this video makes sense, more or less, to you guys, and if you have watched this whole thing, I love you. You're amazing, and I am so thankful for your support, and I hope everything is going well, and if not, trust me, everything will be, and I will see you in the next video. And remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and go check out my Bilibili. Oh no, this one, I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.